Hey guys! So, sorry I'm a few minutes late, but I had exciting news. My brother showed up here unexpectedly, that he was surprising the family that he was having a new baby. So, it took me a little while to get my stuff set up, and I'm having some technical difficulties, but it's super exciting. We ended up having to go to dinner and just celebrating, so it's really, really exciting. So, are you guys ready to talk about new consultant training? And I know some of you guys are going to be here that have been in here for a while, so maybe this is going to be a refresher for you. So, I want to start out just as I just joined for $15, okay? I know you guys are so excited. First of all, let me introduce myself. Some of you guys don't know who I am. I am Shannon Grant. I am a superstar director with our group called Essence. And I've been doing Scentsy for 10 years. So I am your superstar director. There are many star directors and directors in our group as well. But I am the superstar director. So I thought that I would first welcome you. And you made an incredible decision to join Scentsy and the family that we have. We have a culture here that is like no other. We lift each other up. We shine into each other's lives. We are teachable, we educate each other, we pray for each other. It is an incredible group that you have joined, and Scentsy family altogether is like one of the best decisions I've ever made. So let's start there, okay? So first of all, I have to tell you something that you have to listen, okay? You just started Scentsy. If you're a new consultant, maybe you're a reinstatement, I don't know what it is. Or maybe you're just watching this because you need to just get some motivation and some fire back underneath you, okay? You have to take this seriously. This is a business. Do you know most people that own a business have to put in thousands and thousands of dollars, or either they have to take out all these loans from a bank to have a brick and mortar place? I mean, some of you guys can definitely relate to this, right? Then there's like a ribbon cutting, and there's a big deal. And in order for your business to be open, you have to unlock the door, you have to be in there, and you have to be ready. Well, Scentsy is a business, guys. You have to take it completely serious. Your business is not open if your mouth is not open. There is no brick and mortar. It is something you can take with you anywhere that you go. It's the easiest job I've ever had in my life, because everyone I know likes to smell good things, and everyone I know likes to have clean homes smelling good. They like to have clean cars that smell good. Their bodies, they like for them to smell good. So our target audience is anyone who likes to smell good. So I think that would be almost like everybody, don't you think? I mean, it'd be like Pampered Chef. Their target audience would be anyone who wants to eat. So ours is people who really want to make the world smell better when you come see them in their homes, when you get in their cars, and when you're around them. So we have a super easy job. So one thing that you guys got in the very beginning was a consultant guide. And if you joined for $15, you didn't get a consultant guide, but you can go and download it on your workstation. And I'm trying to bring this in so that I'll bring up my iPad in a minute and show you some things. But that consultant guide is your Bible for Scentsy, okay? It tells you every single thing that you need to know. That's super important. So if you just joined and you have not downloaded it, download it, save it on your phone, save it on your tablet, print it out. So many people don't have printers these days, I totally get it. But have that thing to where you can go to it and read it, because that is going to tell you everything that you need to know. When I joined 10 years ago, I didn't have anything like that. I didn't know what in the world I was doing. And I don't blame a sponsor or a director or anyone, because we honestly didn't have the sources that y'all have now. We didn't have the tools. When I'm a director, I didn't know how to be a director. When I became a superstar director, I didn't know how to be a superstar director. It was all trial and error. And the thing is, you're never, ever, ever going to know every single thing. You're never going to know everything that you need to know, ever. You need to constantly be willing to learn, constantly be able to be coached, and constantly be ready to educate yourself. Scentsy, you see all the videos that Jason Harwood puts out on Facebook. I mean, you're on Facebook because you're here, right? Or either you're watching this on YouTube. But Facebook, Jason Harwood does all those trainings on Tuesdays. They're really funny and they get you going. Sarah does amazing videos that get you going. Our workstation has incredible trainings. There is no reason for you not to do well in this business. Everything there. Okay, so when you join, you have a checklist. And I can't show you my checklist because I don't have one. And how cool would it be for me to have my checklist? But you have a checklist. And it is your getting started checklist. There's 10 things that you need to do. And you have to do them. You don't wait for your sponsor to call you. You don't wait for your director to call you. This is on you. This is no one else's responsibility. You're the one who signed up. This is your business now. If you want to do well, I am telling you how to do it and all the things that you have in order to do it, okay? So there's a checklist that you need to go through and you need to check. Now, Scentsy sent you a video and they're sending you emails. And do you know how lucky you are? We only started doing these emails just in the last couple months. Scentsy started to send out emails to let you know about your first day or maybe your 5th day or your 10th day or your 15th day. And the cool thing about it is that they put little videos and things that you can watch with them. Now, your sponsor can see whether you've done your checklist or not. Your checklist is super important, and I'm going to get there in a minute of why it's so important whenever you start to earn some awards. It's showing you're being awarded for something that you're doing. They can see that you're doing things, so they want to repeat that behavior, so they're going to reward you for it, okay? So your checklist is super important. And I really don't feel like I need to go through every single thing on that checklist because it is very easy. If you log in, it's going to tell you to create your 100 list, right? It's going to tell you to put a party online, and it tells you everything. It even says, hey, let's take a tour of the workstation. Do that. Because when I used to train people, I used to actually have them open up their computer, go through every single tab. And it's just completely boring, right? So Scentsy has really upped their game. They've taken it next level. This is the best training I've ever seen. It's almost as if you just picked someone out of the air and you don't even know who your sponsor is. That's almost how you have to work this business, because this is everything that you're going to put into it. Your sponsor is just going to be the gravy. They're doing checking in on you, making sure that you're doing good, making sure you're on the team page, making sure that you're directed a certain way. And as they grow and to become the leader they are, they're going to be helping you as well. But every one of us start out at 0, the beginning of the month. So we're all with you. So I just wanted to let you know that. Don't be scared. Don't have any fear. You got to be brave. Because first of all, I acknowledge you for making the decision to join. I know it was probably a hard decision. Maybe you thought, well, the nightlight's only $20 and the bar wax is $6 and I'm only paying $15, so I've got the wax and the nightlights. If I don't work the business, then it's okay. It's not okay. Because this business could open up so many doors in your life. The blessings that could pour in are incredible. But you are the one who has to do the work, who has to stay consistent, and you have to believe that you can do it, okay? All right. The next thing, I want to ask you, how are you going to launch your business, right? How are you going to launch your business? Because I am a full believer that if you can have a launch party, that is going to help you get to where you need to go. I had a launch party in the very beginning. I invited, I don't even know, my whole neighborhood and more, and only 2 people showed up. 2 people. But guess what? Those 2 people did parties for me. Those 2 people ended up having people from their party that joined my team later on. I didn't have my launch party right in the beginning because I didn't know what in the world I'd gotten into. I just wanted my house to smell good. I was a kit napper. That is someone who joins just to smell the scents, just to have the warmer, just to have all the goodies, and maybe just buy every now and then for a discount, okay? Hi. And that's what I was. I had no idea the blessings that were going to come from Scentsy once I started sharing it, once I started getting the smells under people's noses, because it starts triggering memories. And you can start saying, hey, you want to bring your memories back to life through scent? Because that's something that you have. They can start smelling lush gardenia, baked apple pie, start thinking about running through their grandmother's garden, start thinking about baking with their grandmother or their grandfather or their mom or maybe their sister in the kitchen. You would be surprised how these scents can trigger the happiest memories in people to where they will totally order a ton from you because it makes them feel good. That was the reason I got into this. Because when I walked into my sister's house, it made me feel good. The scent that came in and just circled me brought me back to a very happy time in my life where I had to have it. And if I could just bottle that up and show that to every customer and be able to recreate the feeling that I was able to experience when I walked into my sister's house, then I know I would have customers for life, because I absolutely fell in love with the products. So how are you going to launch? There's so many ways to launch, but I'm telling you, the best way to launch is to just have something sweet, something salty, some little drinks, have people come in and smell the scents. Get those scents under people's noses. If you don't have anywhere to have the party, then maybe go have it, at Panera and set up a little booth. Go sit outside of Starbucks. Do something that will call attention to yourself. Or just call your friends and say, have a sip and sniffs. Have them bring 2 or 3 people. See, something that I don't want you to get hung up on, this is very, very important, is that you have to have a $200 order 1 month out of 4 to be an active consultant, right? So when you think, oh, I've got to have a $200 party, I've got to have people at my house, or people's got to invite me over to their house. No. The definition of a $200 party can be any way in the world that you collect orders. Whether it's online parties, Facebook parties, bingo parties, events that you do where you get orders, fundraisers, home parties, basket parties, pouch parties, sip and sniffs. It goes on and on and on. So when Scensy's saying have a qualifying party, it's not necessarily having a sit-down meeting with all these people. It's getting orders that will equal $200. And $200 PRV, as personal retail volume. You're going to hear me say that because personal retail volume is actually what we get paid on. We get paid on the personal retail volume, dollar for dollar. Unless it's a Scentsy Disney product that we have. We don't get paid exactly what that one is because of the licensing agreement. But we'll get into that. Okay, so how are you going to launch? Some of you guys are brand new. And the best thing for you guys to do is once that kit comes and hits your door, you need to go live. Because let me tell you what you cannot do in this business. You cannot rely on Facebook. Facebook has the craziest algorithms. Let's say that you're brand new to Scentsy and you just started posting about Scentsy, but no one's commenting. And you think to yourself, oh my gosh, no one likes me. No one's going to buy from me, right? Like Jason Harwood did a training today and talked about the worst thing you can do in your business is to compare yourself to someone else, or compare your business to someone else's business. Facebook algorithms are crazy. If you've already been going live and you've already been posting pictures and people have already been liking your stuff, they're going to show what you just put out there. But if you were just now doing it and no one's commenting, it's not because they don't like you, it's because Facebook algorithms have not connected yet with you, saying that you're going live enough or that you're posting enough for them to show your stuff. Not enough people have liked it, not enough people have seen it. So do not rely on Facebook. Use it as a tool, but do not rely on it. If you want to rely on anything, it would be your stories in Facebook and your Instagram stories, because that's when you can see people actually see them and they can react to them and they will comment. But you will see every single person who has seen your stuff and you can send them a message. So if you want to look at something that is measurable, it would be Facebook and Instagram stories, okay? And there's a whole complete training that we're going to end up doing on that. So I can tell you I had to do a program to help me with that. Okay, another thing do not rely on is putting your name in the back of your car. I have been in this business for 10 years and I've had 3 people pull me over, chase me down for Scentsy. 3 people. One of them joined, one of them constantly buys still today, and one of them I've never heard from again. So do not rely on that. And if you do put your name on the back of your car, then you make sure that you are prepared. You make sure that you have samples. You make sure that you have opportunity packets. You make sure that you have catalogs or brochures to share with them, okay? And some of this might sound foreign to you right now. Opportunity packets, like what is that? We'll get into that in a minute. But you want to be prepared. So if you have Scentsy across your shirt, you need to make sure you have Scentsy in your purse or in your bag that you're carrying. If you have Scentsy in the back of your car, you need to make sure that you have some stuff in your car, okay? You can't rely on it, but whenever it works as long as you are prepared, okay? Another thing that you can't rely on is you can't rely on people. You just can't. You're going to get frustrated in this business. You're going to hear no's in this business. And I know you're like, why are you telling me this? I'm a new consultant. I'm telling you this because I want you to be prepared to hear no. And I want you to understand how the word no is something we love. And you're like, why do you love the word no? The reason we love the word no is because it's really a not now, a maybe later, and it's a season in their life where maybe Scentsy isn't working in their life right now, but later on they will. You would be surprised how many people have come and joined my team after 5, 6, 7 years. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh. And then they're like, if I would have joined 6 years ago, I can only imagine where I was now. But I'm just now going through a divorce and I need this. Or, but my kids were little and I just didn't think I had the time when I really did have the time. Because guess what? All of us have 24 hours in a day. No one has more than us and no one has less than us. It's just how we use them. It's how we prioritize to work our business. I started this when I had a 9-month-old, a 1.5-year-old, 2.5-year-old, and a 7-year-old. The odds were completely against me because of how crazy my life was. But I found a way for it to work because once I started sharing it with people and I started seeing lives change and I started seeing people being excited about the scents that they were smelling, let me tell you, it made me have a new attitude to where I wanted to get out there and I wanted to share this business with other people. Okay? Alright, so how are you going to launch your business? You need to decide right now. Am I going to have a home party? Do you have a party already open up on your workstation? Because your sponsor and your director did not have to show you how to do that. You are a business owner. It tells you how to do that in that email that you got. It tells you how to do that in your checklist. Whenever you tour the workstation, it tells you. Why is it important to have a order or a party open on your workstation? Because that is a way for you as a consultant to get free things and half off things. If you have a party out there and the lemonade warmer is something that people can order from June 1st, and everyone knows about the lemonade warmer, and you have a party on there and you have 5 people order from you online, that right there is over $200. You've got your $200 qualifying party. You will get the free stuff and the half off stuff because you had a party out there. It's very important to always have a party on your website for people to order from because all of us can use free and half off stuff. I use my free stuff all the time for scent circles to be able to just give them away in opportunity packets or thank the hostess or the waitress whenever they're helping me at a restaurant. So you want to always have a party open. So if you don't have one, you need to go ahead and write that in your notebook right now as soon as you get off this live to open a party in your workstation. Alright? Okay. So the next thing that you can do is trainings. Lots of trainings. There are things out there, like I told you, I never had. There's YouTube where you can look all day long on every kind of party that you want to have. You find your style, what works for you. In the very beginning, I had those little kids. I had a 9-month-old, 1.5, and a 2.5. And I keep saying that because I want you to understand they were all under 3. And then I had Peyton, who was 7. So I had 4 kids. I would go to the park. I would have my opportunity packets with me. I would have my scents with me. I would talk to the moms there because most of the moms there are sitting in their phones and scrolling while their kids are playing in the jungle gyms and they're swinging. I would go to Chick-fil-A. I would go where my life needed to go because this is a business where your life can direct how you're going to work your business, and your business is not telling you that you have to be somewhere at a certain time in your life. This is a beautiful opportunity that you have. So I had kids. That meant I went to Barnes & Noble story time. I brought samples. I went to the library story time. I brought samples. I went to the park. I brought samples. I went to the, where did I go? I went everywhere. Play dates. Whenever my friends would have play dates, it was so fun because I could get my girlfriends to bring all their kids over for a play date, and then we'd sit around and smell scents, and I would get orders that way. So how is your life right now? If you have older kids, what kind of circle are you looking at? So when you create your list of 100, you're going to be looking at that. You're going to be looking at your frank list. A frank list are friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and then I put kids because kids are going to be everyone in the circle of their kids. Are they in Girl Scouts? Are they in baseball? Are they in softball? Are they in soccer? Are they in music? Are they in gymnastics? Are they in dance? And you start to see that your circle will get bigger and bigger and bigger whenever you're listing down that list of 100. And when you're a Scentsy consultant and you truly believe that this business can change your life, then every person that you know should know that you sell Scentsy. Absolutely. I mean, there should not be one person in your neighborhood that does not know that you sell Scentsy. Because what will happen is they'll start buying from someone else randomly. Oh, I didn't know there was a Scentsy rep. You need to let them know. I sell Scentsy. I'm having a launch. I'm so excited. I'm doing goodie bags. It's going to be exciting. And we'll get to that too in a minute. Okay, so you have to be brave in this business. Go look at trainings. Make samples. But don't use that time that you're making samples take away from the time that you can actually be working your business. I like to make my samples, actually, if I can't do the scent because of my allergies, I'll have a friend make them, or maybe a teammate that's making them. And shout out to Kristen this month. But some scents I can't do because they bother my allergies. But if you're making samples, do it whenever you're watching TV or whenever you're doing something else. I used to call it Oprah time. If I could sit down and watch Oprah, that's when I could cut my samples or I could make my samples. Because that was time that I couldn't talk to someone else. I wasn't leaving the house. It was time I dedicated to the samples. But it's usually at night, whenever I can be out during the day and actually having building time that I can build relationships with people, I'm not going to make samples then, okay? And I usually do bulk sampling, where I make a ton at one time. That way it's so easy for me to put in my mobile office and it can take around with me. Ways that you can make samples, you can YouTube it. There's thousands of ways, but you can crinkle cut them, you can cut them with a knife, you can melt them down into molds, you can do them on felt, you can buy the felt Scentsy has, so many ways. There's also a group about layering on the samples, or all about samples, that you need to be a part of. So look above, I think it says admin groups that you can join. Maybe Kristen or somebody who's watching on here, you guys could put it on there so everyone would know to go to that site. It will help you whenever you're starting to make samples, okay? Alright, so we just talked about launching, how you're going to launch your business and why it's so important. It's so important because it's a way that you can actually start building those relationships early on. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. If you get 10 to 15 people that buy from you in the very beginning and you take really good care of them and they start to give you referrals because you're taking good care of them, you're not going to have to do a whole lot in trying to find extra customers, because as long as you take care of those people and they start referring you, you aren't going to have a problem selling and sharing Scentsy with anyone. I promise you that. I wish I'd have known that in the beginning, because I always felt like I had to constantly find new people. Like maybe 10 people would buy from me here, but they're not going to want to hear from me for about 3 months or so now I need to go find another 20 people. Well, they're not going to want to hear from me. That's not really the case. Think about it for a second. When is the last time that you bought something from someone? Now, when is the last time that you got followed up with what you bought by that person? I bet it's very small. I know for a fact that when I've bought 31 and I've bought, well, my makeup girl, we have a good relationship where I'll tease her and say, I'm going to cheat on you. I'm going to go into Ulta if you don't bring over some samples. So we have a joke. But she told me in the beginning, I don't want to make you feel pressured, Shannon. I don't want to be pushy. But you know what? I'm going to go into Ulta and I'm going to cheat on you and buy some black mascara because you haven't ever messaged me to find out how I like the Love Lash you gave me. And she's like, oh, okay. So I let people know when they buy from me that I'm going to take really good care of them. That they're going to hear from me. That next month we're going to have a new scent come out. Would you like to get the sample of it? I've got some bath soaks that came out. Some, Scentsy soaks. I'd love to get you a sample of it. They love it. They absolutely love it. So you have got to take care of your people. Because if you just start out with 5, I promise you, each one of those 5 know 5 people. And then each one of those people know 5 people. And you can grow really fast in this business if you take really good care of the people that are watching you. Okay? Or that you're actually selling to. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. Okay. So, your consultant guide. Many people do not read their consultant guide. And that is a mistake. You need to look at that consultant guide that you got in your kit And if you didn't get it in your kit, you need to download it when we get off of this call and read it from the very beginning to the very end. Because your eyes and your world will open up if you could see how many blessings can come from Scentsy. And I know I keep using the word blessings, but that's the only other way that I know how to explain the things that come from nowhere and come in and just smack you in life and bless the mess out of you. It's blessings that come from this. Whenever you sell it and you share it and you believe in it, okay? You can, yes, I was getting ready to go to that. If you are brand new, you can go into your workstation and you can order a consultant guide as well. Just to let you know, it's super important though. Right now, there's no excuse though. If you're on this Facebook, that means that you've got internet, and that means that you can go into your workstation and you can download it and you can read it on your phone. I have it saved on my phone, along with the compliance stuff I have saved on my phone, so that I can go to it pretty quickly. So that's really important. And I think it's only like $1. It's either $1 or $3, I forget. But very important, because another thing, as soon as you join Scentsy, you can automatically, right away, start sponsoring people. Like right away. There's someone who joined for $15, and she had 6 friends that have signed up for $15. And she's like, I don't even know what to do. I've never been trained. Like, this is a huge opportunity. Do you know that if each one of you guys get active or get shooting star, you could completely promote to like star consultant right away? Absolutely. Okay. So read your consultant guide. Another thing that I'm going to have to really emphasize here, do not wait for your sponsor, your director, star director, superstar director to train you. Do not wait for them to train you. This is your business. You're the business owner. You have a key to this business. This is yours. This is your baby to take care of right here. So the more you can do, the more you can educate yourself, the more you can get that checklist done, the more that you can watch in YouTube videos or any of the training videos since he has in the workstation, it's going to make it easier for your sponsor and your director to be able to guide you. Because it's not their responsibility. Your business is not their responsibility. They've got a big business of their own that they're taking care of as well. I just want you to know that, because so many people will say, you know, I didn't do well in Scentsy because I just never got trained. Well, I'm going to tell you what. Back in the day, whenever I joined, I wouldn't be here today if I had that kind of mindset, because I never got trained. And that is not against my sponsor or my directors or any of my upline. My upline was like 11 up from me. The girl I joined told me she wasn't interested in doing anything in Scentsy, and she hadn't even been trained. And that's why whenever I was coming up in this, I was like learning along with everyone else. I really couldn't train, because I'm like, well, let me learn it and then I'll teach it. So that's something you have to understand, is that this is yours. This can be as big as you want it. This can be as small as you want it. But this is yours. Okay? How do I keep my customers? I got one trying to steal mine. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute too, okay? Alright. So, you have to train yourself in this business, alright? You have to do that checklist. That's super important. So when you're logging into your workstation, if you have not done it yet, you're going to have a number Scentsy assigned you, right? You're going to go in to workstation.scentsy.com, and you're going to put in your number and then your password that you made up. This is your password. No one else knows your password. Your password. You go in there. That's going to be how you sign in. This is going to be a home page that you're going to see. On your home page, it's going to give you a little chart on the other side. And that's going to tell you where you are for your PRV, which is your personal retail volume. It's going to tell you who your sponsor was, who your director is, who your superstar director is. There's also going to be a banner that goes across, and that's going to be your news tab. And that is something that every single day you guys need to check. You cannot rely, again, on your sponsor or your director to know what is going on all the time, because life happens sometimes. Like my brother came in today, and we've been so excited about him having a baby that if they would have dropped a new buddy, I would not have known until right now, where you guys would have known already because you checked the news tab. So it's very important for you to check the news tab every day, because things change all the time. And sometimes we don't know. You guys get to know before us, which is the beauty of being an independent consultant, that you guys have the same kind of access that we do with that news tab, okay? Alright. Like I said, this is a business. You have to treat it like a business. You might have joined for the hobby, and that is fine. But I'm going to train you as if it's a business, because that's what it is, okay? You should be on fire once you get that kit. Something that I tell every single person to do is go live. Go live once you get that kit, because that excitement you have is just like Christmas morning if you're opening those presents, and it's just so exciting. And that is a moment in your business that you don't get to experience again until you maybe have that first sale, or you have that first booking, or you have that first person that joins your team, or you get that first promotion. It's going to be that excitement over and over and over again. So the first time you're going to have that kind of momentum is going to be the day that your kit arrives. So don't stick the kit over there in the corner and think about opening it. Get it out, open it in front of the world, your Facebook friends, your Instagram, and show them that you have chosen Scentsy. This is a proud moment. Absolutely. Don't let anyone ever say that that was a dumb decision, because I've seen too many lives change from Scentsy. So go live, show them. If you did the $15, show them the cool nightlight you got. Show them the bar that you have. And guess what? You have a bar. You can already make samples. You can go ahead and cut that baby up into little bitty pieces and put them in baggies and put your name on them, and go ahead and get your name out there, okay? And something I want to tell you about samples. Samples are no good unless you have a name attached to them. If you have 50 samples here, and I give them all out, I should have 50 names that were in my sample bucket. Because if you just give them out, that's just wasting money. That's just blowing it away. Because I'm going to tell you what, I have been doing this for a really long time. And if someone walks up to me and gives me a free sample and doesn't get my information, most of the time I never call them. I never say, oh my gosh, what was that you gave me? That was amazing. I just have to have it. Because it's going to be like a squirrel moment. They're going to hand me something to try, and I'll be like, oh wow, what is this? Oh, what's going on over there? No, y'all don't stop fighting. Okay, well, we got to be there at 3 o'clock. Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to stick it in my purse. I'm never going to think about it again. But if those people will say, hey, I really want to make sure that you love that sample I gave you. I'm a firm believer in it. It absolutely changed my life. I do a drawing every single month from all the new people that I get to meet for something fun. Can I get your information? I'll put you in the drawing, and I want to find out how you love that sample. Of course you're going to be like, yeah, that sounds great. Now you have a name for your sample. Samples are no good unless you have a name with them. So do remember that, okay? Alright, so answering your question, Marcy said, all you can do is offer better customer service. Customers come and go. There are some that are not loyal, others are not. And that's true. Anyone can buy from anybody that they want to. They can go on to Google and buy online. They can go to a craft fair and find someone. They can, ask a friend who knows a friend. They're buying the product, and the product is available everywhere. What you want them to do is buy from you. So you have to be unique. You have to stand out and be you. You can't cookie cut yourself and try and be somebody else. You have to be you, because they're buying from you. Okay? So my customers, whenever they're out and about, people will tell you when they're out and about and they're like, hey, do you have a Scentsy consultant? Yes, I do. Shannon Grant. She takes really good care of me. She sends me samples. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? But the problem is, not everybody is that way. I hear people all the time say, I never heard from my Scentsy consultant again. My Scentsy consultant moved. They never followed up on me. So those kind of people are very easy to be able to get orders from, because the people that had them originally never followed up on them, never made them feel valued, never made them feel appreciated, and they forgot about them. And that is something as a human that we do not ever want. We never want to be forgotten. We always want to feel valued. We want to feel appreciated. We want to be recognized, right? So when you forget about these people and you only contact them whenever you need a sale because you need to make your PRV, how's it going to make them feel? Okay? So think about it as if you were in that spot. you were in that place and you never got followed up on. But then you got an email or a message saying, hey, I need 10 people to be able to go and do this so that I can go to Africa. Why would you want to help them? They haven't followed up on you. There's been no building relationships. You've only given them some money and that's it. And you could have done that at Walmart, right? So this is all about building relationships. The more you build the relationships and you follow up with them and you establish those kinds of friendships, and I like to say that you started out as a friend, a fan, then a friend, and then a teammate. And that's what will happen as long as you continue to make them feel valued. Okay? Does that answer your question? And I know Marcy did a great job answering questions too. And another thing is, we never, ever, ever step on another consultant's feet. So if someone did say, hey, do you have a Scentsy consultant? And they said, yes, I do, Marcy Dunn. And then I would be like, oh my gosh, that's so great. She's on our team. She's amazing. Thank you for supporting Scentsy altogether. Right? You always want to point them back to that consultant. You never want to step on toes. Okay? Awesome. Okay, so the next thing is going to be, like I told you, go live. Go live. Your kits come. Maybe it came a week ago. Maybe it came 2 weeks ago. Maybe it's sitting over there in your corner and you haven't opened it yet. Go live. No one knows when you got that kit. Go live. Show them how much you love it. If you have kids, incorporate them in smelling. People love to see what kids say. Remember the show, Kids Say the Darndest Things? They do. My kid keeps saying that it smells like some kind of like cough syrup or medicine. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. But everybody thinks it's funny because the minute that she goes live, everybody's like, oh, she's going to say it smells like cough syrup. So make it fun. Make it enjoyable. Have interaction. Ask questions and go live. And don't be scared, because people are watching you even though you don't think they are, and they're waiting for the next time that you do it. And when you don't do it, it's sending a message that either you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in the product, or you're scared and fear has got a hold of you. Go live. Be brave. Be bold. There's so much out there waiting for you. Okay, so the next thing is going to be the awards that you can get in Scentsy. When you first start out, you're an essential consultant, right? You now have joined. You're going to make 20% on every single thing that you sell until you get to $1,000 that you're selling. Your first promotion is going to be certified. That's what I tell everyone to go for. Go for certified. That's your first promotion. That's where you can get a 5% raise right off the bat on your sales. That's it, on your sales, okay? Now, when you first join, the day you join, you have 15 days from the day that you join to get an award called Shooting Star. And Shooting Star is an award that they give you the opportunity to buy a Shooting Star kit. It's an enhancement kit to help your kit that you already got. And it's a big deal in Scentsy world to get Shooting Star. And for your trainer and your mentor or your sponsor to get the Shooting Star trainer award. You get a little charm in the mail. If you're a guy, you can get a pen. If you're a woman, or maybe you like the bracelets too, you get a charm, you get a bracelet, and you get acknowledged. So it's a really big deal, and it's called Shooting Star. And maybe you've been in this longer than 15 days, and you missed the Shooting Star, and that's fine. Go for Certified. Certified is going to be your first promotion. It's going to be whenever you sell $1,000 lifetime. I tell people, go for it as fast as you can. Have that launch party, and then if people come, that's great. But already collect some orders before your launch party, because guess what? The minute that you sign up, whether you have that kit or you don't have that kit, your website is live. You can go ahead, you can open up a party, you can let people know that you have joined, give them your link, tell them how excited you are. Build those relationships first though before you start sending out links. Because if someone sends me a link and I don't have any kind of relationship with them, I'm not going to go to that link, okay? But make sure that you know your business is live the minute that you hit join. So if you're over to 15 days for Shooting Star, then go for the next thing, which is going to be Certified. And it's a really big deal because it's your first promotion in Scentsy, okay? Alright, then the next couple awards that we have is called Sensational Start 1, 2, and 3. And I think they're not hard to get because now there's a couple ways you can get them. Sensational Start 1, 2, and 3 is a way that Scentsy will give you product credit whenever you hit each award. The first one is Sensational Start 1. It's whenever you have $1,500 PRV, personal retail volume, dollar for dollar, okay? Within 70 days. Within 70 days, you will hit sensational 1, 2, or 3. Alright? So 1 is $1,500 in PRV, or you will have $500, and then someone underneath you who has joined, because you now have a team, has gone active with $200. That way you'll have sensational start 1. Then they have 2, and they have 3. And everyone knows that we always shoot for 3. Because in the first 70 days that you join, if you will give your all and be all in for 70 days, whether you're doing this as a hobby, whether you are a kidnapper like me, whether you are doing this for income, part-time, whatever, if you will give yourself wholeheartedly, anyone can do this for 70 days. You know, my 5th grader could do this. 70 days. Show up every day. Because 90% of this business is showing up. If you show up, you're going to see a result. When you don't feel like doing it and you show up, there will be a result that comes. Every time I go to the gym, I never ever feel like it. But when I leave, I feel so good that I finally went. Every time I want to leave this house with samples, or I don't want to leave this house because I just don't feel like it, and I met that one person who absolutely loved the new lemon scent, and I have a new customer now, and maybe her mom wants to join, I feel good about it, right? So you have to move when you don't feel like it. If you don't feel like it, your business is just going to be stuck. You are not going to, if you think you can't do it, you won't do it. If you think you can do it, then you can do it. I promise you. This is a mindset. If you want to be able to make money towards fundraisers for people in need, then get yourself out there. Start making those phone calls. Find out where you can help fundraise. You'd be surprised. Schools, churches, organizations, people who have infertility problems, they like to raise money. People who adopt, you name it. Football, softball, they like to raise money for uniforms, travel ball. I mean, sky's the limit. People who want to go on mission trips, people who want to take trips with their schools, sky's the limit. All you do is you write on Facebook if you want to try Facebook. Like I said, you can't rely on Facebook. If you had an extra $500 and you could give it to any charity, where would you give it? And most people would say something about animals or something that they absolutely are passionate about. And then that starts your conversation with them. You message them and say, do you know that I can do a fundraiser and I could absolutely give $500 to that charity? It opens up dialogue. Okay? Alright. So we talked about Sensational Start 1, 2, and 3. It's on page 20, I believe, in your consultant guide. It's either 5 or 20. I think it's 20. Go look at it. Go look and see what there is for you. Because when I first got into Scentsy and I looked at the comp plan, I was just like, oh, I'll never make it up here. And I looked exactly like where I was. I wasn't thinking big. I wasn't dreaming big. I had no idea the lives that were going to change through this. Absolutely incredible. I guarantee you, there's been probably about 5,000 to 6,000 people that have come through in the last 10 years with Scentsy. Some stay, some leave. We have a huge group. But lives are changing every single day. And I wish I'd have had that belief when I first started, and it didn't take so long for me to believe it. But I finally did, and that's what counts, right? And that is what you guys have to do. You have to believe. Like I said, this is just building relationships in this business. It's conversations that you're going to have in this business and relationship building. And another thing, so let's say you just joined and they're shooting star and you have to have $500 in 15 days and you're like 5 days away and you're like, you know what, I'll just buy the $500. No, don't do that. Let me tell you why. Orville, who is the CEO of this business with his wife Heidi, they have a firm belief that they want you to use your Scentsy money towards your family, not your family money towards your Scentsy. So let me say it again. Your Scentsy money for your family, not your family money towards your Scentsy. They don't want you to go broke in this business. They have everything there that you need. Do you know that your kit you get, whether you get a $15 kit or whether you get the $99 kit, your reinstatement kit, every single thing you have is all you need in order to share with other people, because it's the scents that people are going to be drawn to. That's whenever you're going to be able to share the bundles and things with them, right? So just know that we don't want you spending your money in this business. There are going to be some things that you can put your money into that are going to benefit you, and it's called investing back into your business. And it's called investing back into yourself. And one of those things would be the warmer of the month and the scent of the month. Okay? So the warmer of the month, every month, they will let us know the first of every month what the next month's warmer of the month is going to be. Something that I will do is I will take a picture of it and I will put it on my Facebook, or I'll send it to a couple of friends that maybe it resonated to me, like the cowboy hat. I sent it to a bunch of my friends who are into horses, into country western things. Like, hey, this is a really cute warmer and I thought about you that is coming out next month. Would you like to get one? Oh yeah, put me down. That means immediately that I am going to sign up for that warmer of the month, because I know that I have already sold it. I'm going to make the money back on it. We're already getting it at a discount by getting the warmer of the month, scent of the month. We're getting it discounted, okay? So we're going to make our money back on that warmer of the month. Then, the scent of the month, you're going to get 9 bars. One of those bars you can melt down into felt samples. You could melt them down into molds. You could cut them into crinkle cutters. Whatever you want to do. You can rub them on fabric flowers and send out fabric flowers. You can use it and rub in the back of envelopes when you're paying bills and then your bills smell good. Those bars are for you to make your money back. So you can use 1 bar and make your samples, and then the other 8 bars, if you sell those at the 10% off that they're going to be sold for the next month, you'll make your money back. So it's a way to invest in your business. And guess what? You get paid on the scent of the month and the warmer of the month. So if you do the warmer of the month, it's going to be the warmer of the month and the scent of the month together. If you do the scent of the month by itself, it's $35. The warmer of the month depends on the kind of warmer that it is. And it will tell you whether it's like $64.20 or whether it's like 80 something. It all depends on the price of that warmer. Next month is going to be the lemonade warmer. I've already taken a picture of it. I've already got 7 pre-orders for it. It's a $55 warmer that we're going to get for $49.50. If I have 7 orders, that's almost a $300 and some party. And I haven't even gone into June. That's called front loading. Front loading your business is making sure that you are closing all of your orders and all of your parties out by the 15th of every month, so that you can work on the last part of your month on sharing the business with other people while you're closing out other parties. But as a leader, we need to always focus on that 500 in order to get paid on the people that are underneath us. And I know you just thought, what was that? What are you talking about? I'm brand new. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to talk to you about this because it's very important. Because if you're going to go ahead and you're going to start sponsoring people, then you need to know how to work this business. You need to know how to go ahead and get that PRV. You need to know how to front load, and you need to know how to follow up, okay? The scent of the month and the warmer of the month is going to be in your account tab on your workstation. So when you go into your workstation, I told you you're going to have a news tab. You're going to have a little column, and it's going to tell you who your people are, what numbers you're at already, how many people are in your group, right? Then you're going to have a home tab, that's where you are. You're going to have a news tab. If you go into it, it's going to list things, all the things that have been going on in Scentsy. It'll tell you what's back ordered. It'll tell you what's new and coming out. It'll tell you, what they're sold out. All the news that's going on. Then you're going to have an account button, an account tab. Your account tab is going to be where you can go in, you can change your profile, you can change your website name, you can enroll in the website, you can opt out of the website. Then you're going to have your warmer of the month, your scent of the month in there that you can sleep because, oh man, okay, there we go. It's ringing. Okay. The only thing that you're going to need to pay for in this business is going to be your website. After 3 months, when you first join, you're going to get your website free for 3 months. After the 3rd month, it's going to be $10 a month. That's the only thing that you're going to need to pay for that I will tell you that is so, 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 so important, okay? Scent of the month, warmer of the month, amazing. You make your money back. You get paid on it. It's a way for you to get those scents and those things out to people early on to be able to front load the next month. It's awesome. It's not mandatory, but it will help you a lot if you do that. And it goes towards your PRV of that 200. You can't put it in a party, but it will be something you get paid on, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so that's your account tab. Then you're going to have like a performance tab, okay? let me ask you something. If I wanted to get a few things to add to my kit, do I get a discount? I just want to make the kit bigger to show more than what's in the kit. Okay, well, let me ask you a question. First of all, if you go ahead and share this business and get $200 in orders, you can use the free credit and the half offs that you're going to earn to be able to make your kit bigger. Yes, you can buy things for your kit. Yes, we do get paid on them. We don't get a discount on them. Our discount comes in our commission. So everything that we will order in May, we will get paid on June 10th. Everything that's ordered in June will get paid on July 10th. We will get paid whatever the percentage is of our title. So if we are an essential consultant, you're going to get paid 20%. If you're certified, you're going to get paid 25%, and it's never going to go backwards. Once you make certified, it will never go backwards. You will stay at 25% forever. When I start out every month, I started out as a certified consultant. And then it grows according to what I sell. If I get in my 500, if the people under me start producing, and then it goes way up, okay? But you don't get it as a discount right away. You get paid in your commission, and that makes up for your discount, okay? But you get free stuff and half off stuff whenever you collect your own orders. That's even better than a discount. That's even better than 25% because you can get it half off and you can get it free, okay? Does that make sense to you? So make a list of the things that you absolutely want to get, right? Some people want a diffuser. And if you are absolutely in love with a diffuser, then start talking about diffusers and sharing diffusers with other people that you think would like it. And all you need to do is get 2 orders for 2 diffusers, and you can get some free stuff and some half off stuff. If you get, 3 orders for diffusers, that's going to put you at a $350 mark where you can get a diffuser half off. So think smart in this business. If you want to get these expensive things, don't use all your money on it. Go collect those orders and earn it for yourself and reward yourself, because that's even better than the discount and even better than the commission that we get when we can get it half off and get it free. Okay? Makes it so that people can touch and check out. But I do. Okay, good. I'm glad you understand that. Because it is important for people to want to touch things and smell things and feel things. And whoever your sponsor is, whoever your director is, or even me, if you're local or whatever, if you're having a launch party, you have everything you need in your kit, because that is what you started with. And if you get big in this business, and when you get big in this business, you can say, I started out with a $15 kit, and I'm walking across the stage as a director, because I utilized everything Scentsy gave me. But if you feel like you need a diffuser, and you feel like you need a Scentsy Go, and you feel like you need other things, ask your sponsors, they'll ask your directors, and then you can get them to borrow for your launch party. Because we want to set you up for success. We want to go ahead and have things for you to be able to collect orders ahead of time, to be able to have a fantastic party, and to be able to get those orders you need, okay? Alright, so the compensation plan, what I was just talking about, is I'm only going to go from essential to lead. Because as you grow in this business, you'll be talking to me, you'll be talking to your director a lot as you grow to make sure that you understand your steps. But your first step as a new consultant is going to be certified. Go for certified. Go for $1,000 PRV right away. Then you're almost a Sensational Start 1. When you get there, you'll get product credit to be able to buy those things you want for your kit. Or to be able to buy things from the Scentsy Success Store. Maybe you want more testers. Maybe you need more catalogs. Maybe you want a cool shirt. Maybe you want some pens. You can use that product credit however you want to use it, okay? Another cool thing is everyone who joined this month, you guys can sign up for a reunion for $99. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. You got to get to Austin. You got to be able to stay in Austin, but you can go for $99. It's normally like $300. So that's a killer deal for you guys as well. Okay. So like I said, you're going to have your launch party, whether you're going to do it online. And I'll tell you something that I do. Look, my house has been under construction and renovation for the last 2 months, but I've had Facebook online bingo parties to where we've played bingo, or I've shown the different products and people have had Facebook parties and invited 5 people, and I would get my orders. And if you don't want them to order through the website so that they don't have to pay shipping if they're local, then they just give you the orders. You put them in manually, get the free shipping for everybody. But you can do this online too. You just don't have the smells to be able to go with it. So you have to really explain what they smell like. Okay? Alright. So like I said, this is not going to be a company where you can just copy and paste and get results. That you can put the thing in the back of your car and get results. Where you can just brand yourself and get results. You're going to have to show up every single day. If you are going to post something on your Facebook page or your Instagram, make it attraction marketing. Attraction marketing would be when you go live with your kid for the first time. It would be if you're doing your laundry, showing your kids do the laundry, or you do your laundry, or the Scentsy Fresh that you can spray it on the couch, you can spray it in the car, you can spray it on your clothes and throw them in the dryer. Show the products in action, and it will attract people. My kids went live cleaning the mantle with counter clean, and I got 30 orders for it because they saw my kids take magic marker off of marble with our counter clean. Then I went live with the counter clean on the wheels of my car because they were dirty and they were black. I got like 10 more orders. It was crazy. I had a party just from counter cleans, but it was attraction marketing. I was showing how it works in my business, okay? When do they pay for their orders? They always, what are you talking about? Are you talking about whenever you get the orders online? Because there's PayPal, there's Square, there's Facebook Pay, that they can send you the money right then. If they're local, they can give you a check, they can give you cash, they can give you their credit card information. So there's many, many ways for them to pay. So if you're doing a Facebook party and people are like, hey, Shannon, I want to order the diamond weave with 3 bars, and I send it back to them and say, okay, well, that's a $50 warmer with 3 bars, right? This is how much your total is going to be with tax. I'm not going to do shipping because you're local. Give me your credit card number, right? Or it's going to be this much, and then they're going to give me a check, or they're going to give me cash, or they're going to Venmo me, or PayPal me, or whatever, Cash App me, and I'm going to use my card to pay for it. But don't ever pay for somebody's stuff before they've paid for it, because when they back out, you're stuck with it. So don't do that unless you have some kind of trust or some kind of an agreement that you know this person will pay, okay? So does that make sense to you? Some people do Google Forms, and they'll do a Google form for their Facebook party, and then people will go in there and they'll put their information in there and how they want to pay for it and their credit card information and send it back. All depends. It's all relationship building. If they trust you, they like you, they know you, they'll buy from you, and they'll give you their information, okay? All right. So the next thing is going to be, we talked about the frank list. We talked about your friends, your relatives, your acquaintances, your neighbors, and your kids. You've got to make that list of every single person you know, because you need to send out an incredible message saying, guess what? I joined Scentsy. I know I never thought I'd do it, or I'm so excited about it, or whatever. And say, I'm just so excited about it. I'm putting together goodie bags. I've got samples and catalogs. I'd love to get it to you. When's a good time to drop it off? Monday or Wednesday? You see what I'm saying? Don't say, do you want a catalog? Because it opens it up for yes and no. Say, when's a good time to drop it off? Monday or Wednesday, or Tuesday or Thursday, or do you want, I can bring you a catalog by your work, or I can drop it off at the school. Always give them something to choose from that's positive. Don't do a yes or no, where they can say, oh no, I'm good, right? Always let them know that you're going to serve them. If you put your place in a servant's heart in this business, because Marcy calls us wax slinging servants, okay? If you put your heart into serving other people in this business, there's no way you will fail. No way. Because I told you that people want to feel valued, they want to feel appreciated in this business, and if you can serve them by giving them really cool samples to try, whether it's Scentsy soaks, bath bombs, whiffs, whatever, they're going to feel appreciated. And then you follow up with them and find out how much they like it, they're going to order from you. They're going to have friends order from you. When you let them know, hey, if you have a friend that decides to order from me, I have a referral program where you can get a free bar. They're going to do that. Okay? So make sure that you are doing that. Another thing, whenever you join, under your account, there's something super important. It's called your story. You need to fill this out because for 3 months you have that website free. Utilize it the best that you can. You write in that story why you joined and what is your why in this business. Because when people find you, or if they want to buy from you because you sent out that link and it says my story is important but I haven't written it yet, they're not going to believe that you're passionate about this business. I know I wouldn't. You need to have some kind of information in there of why you joined, why you love it, why you're passionate about it. And then there's a picture. Put your picture in there. If you have a picture of a warmer, or if you have a picture of product, how do they know that that's really a person? How do they know they're really buying from you? Go ahead and start building that relationship right off the bat by letting them see you, letting them read your story, letting them into your life of why you love Scentsy. That's really important, because so many people, when you call Scentsy and just for customer service, and you're like, hey, I have a question, my nightlight didn't come with a bolt, or my nightlight was broken. They're going to say, oh gosh, thank you, Shannon, so much for calling. Well, let me look into that. You know what they're doing? They're looking to see how much PRV you put in. They're looking at your story. They're looking at your picture. They're looking at something they can come back and compliment you with. And then they're going to come back and go, Shannon, wow, your story is incredible. It really moved me. Oh, well, thank you. No problem. We'll take care of that light bulb. We'll have it sent out to you. Great job this month. You've already got in $500. Way to go. See what I'm saying? So if Scentsy's looking at it, your customers are going to be looking at your story and your pictures as well. Okay? And if I look at your Facebook and you're a Scentsy consultant and you don't have anything on your Facebook about Scentsy, I'm not going to believe you're a Scentsy consultant. If you're trying to get me to join your team and you're telling me how amazing Scentsy is and how passionate you are about it, but I go to your Facebook page and there's nothing about Scentsy, I'm not going to believe that. So do what you say, okay? That's really, really important in this business, because if people go to Facebook and see me, they see that I am walking, talking Scentsy lady, because I truly believe that it changes lives. Okay, so we talked about the fact that Scentsy has been around now for 15 years. That's why you have the $15 kit this month. And it will probably never, ever, ever happen again. And if it does, it will be crazy. But $15, and if it does, it might be this year. But the anniversary is May, and it's $15 to join right now, because we're 15 years old. Okay? But I like to call it 15 years young, because there are so many businesses that are already out there. Mary Kay, Pampered Chef, Tupperware, that have been out there forever, that we're still really young. We are still growing. We only have like 100 and some thousand consultants. That's crazy. There's so much room to grow. There's only one consultant per 1,000 households. Isn't that nuts? And 75% of people still use air fresheners. They still use candles. It's up to us to be able to change their world and show them what wickless is all about, right? But when you think it's saturated, when you think that no one's going to buy from you because there's so many people in your area, it's so wrong. Because let me tell you a secret. 20% of people work their business. So if you have 100 people, only 20 people are working their business. That's it. 20% of people are doing 80% of the work. Most people join, just like some of you guys, for the discount. Kidnapper, right? They have no idea how this could bless them, and they've never even tried it. They live in their circumstances, and that is something you can't do. When I hear people all the time say, well, yeah, I just don't know anybody. I'm like, well, gosh, join Scentsy and meet people. Or I just don't have anywhere to have, a party. I'm like, well, join and we will find you a place. Don't let your circumstances hold you. Well, I just don't have any money right now. Well, join and step out in faith and you will make money. I mean, don't let your circumstances hold you where you are. If you joined and you just think right now that you're just not going to give it a try, I am telling you, you're making a huge mistake. Because this is the best thing I've ever done in my life as far as a business. Seriously. So, I just want to let you guys know that. So, it's not saturated. There's not a ton of people working their business. They might be doing, their average 1 month out of 4. But people don't follow up for some reason. If they followed up, everybody would be doing this. They don't. I just don't hear from people anymore about the products that I use. That's why it's so important to me to be able to message to people and make sure that they know that I haven't forgotten them. Okay? And people just don't care about that anymore. Okay? Another thing is there's a training guide. A training guide that you get in your kit when you get the big kit, but $15 kit. You can go into your workstation again, you can buy it, I bought one, and you can download it again. This is going to be where all the information is that you need to know about our products. The prices, what's in them, the bundle and saves they're available in, the scents that they come in, all those things. I did a party last year, right whenever the new catalog came out. It was a week after the new catalog came out. And we had some new products that I'd never seen before. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this party. I don't even know these products. Guess what? I took that training guide out and I talked about every single product and what it was. It was a bingo party I did. And I was like, okay, we're talking about the counter clean. The counter clean has this many scents. It's this much. But you can buy 3 and you can save $1. And people were like, wow, she knows her stuff. I didn't know my stuff. But guess what? I knew it after I read my training guide. So know your product. People come up to me all the time at events. Like, I have this problem, and what kind of scent would be strong enough to be able to cover it? Well, I know that Clean Breeze, Coconut Lemongrass, White Tea, Cactus, Clothesline, all of them are going to be really strong, and they're going to help them. But if you're like, well, I don't know, let me think about it. They're not going to buy from you. Know your product. Know the knowledge of your product, okay? All right. And the next thing that I want to talk about, we already talked about home parties. Let's talk about your goal. What is your goal in this business? Why did you join? Did you join because you wanted a nightlight in the bar? I believe that every single one of you guys had some kind of tingling in your spirit of something saying, what if this really did work for me? What if I did go on all those trips that I see that person on? What if I was able to pay my car payment? What if I was able to stay home with my babies? What if I was able to give back in all these fundraisers and help all of these people? You all had that moment, because we all do. We're all human. We all think, what if this decision is the decision that changes my life? But what happens is we get that fear in us, and it pulls us down, and it tells us that we're not good enough, that no one's going to buy from us, that there's too many already out there, right? You can't believe that. You have to be brave. You have to show up when you don't want to, just like I said earlier. You have to get out there and go after those what ifs. And don't think about what if I fail. Think about what if I succeed. What if I get out there today and I meet those people? Because I've had a saying for a while now, saying people are waking up to meet you, because I totally believe every morning when I wake up and I leave this house, or whether I'm on Facebook or whatever it is, that that person was supposed to talk to me. If I'm talking to them and there's something that I can offer somehow, some way in their life to make their life a lot better from the minute that they met me to when they leave. It's something that they can take away from me, whether it's a smile, whether it's a word of encouragement, whether it's a product sample, whether it's booking a party, whether they're joining my team. There is something that I can offer this person to make their day better. And that's something I truly believe, okay? All right, so we talked about follow up, right? And we're talking about goals. So your goals need to be very, very realistic, okay? We don't want to be like, oh, I want to be a director in Scentsy. I want to be a director in Scentsy. That's great. That's going to be a long-term goal for you. It might happen 4 or 6 months. Might happen in a year, 3 years. We don't know. But there are steps in order to get to that goal. There are parties that have to be booked. There are people that have to join you. There are relationships that need to be built. There's a lot of little bitty steps in between there that you have to be realistic about, okay? So a lot of people will be like, I wanted to make it to the top and I didn't do it, so I quit. Like, well, how many new people did you talk to a week? How many samples did you give out? How many parties have you booked lately? How many referral programs did you offer? And like, I didn't do any of that. Well, you didn't try. So this business is all about trying every day, getting up, doing it again. If you fail forward. And you keep doing it, because a setback is a setup for a comeback every single time. Okay? I want you guys to believe that. So set your goal. If you're brand new, your goal should be certified. If you're brand new, your goal should be within the 70 days. I'm going to get Sensational Star at 3, because that is a small percentage of people who get it in that business. And those people usually make director very quickly, because they know how to build those relationships where people are joining them, they're booking from them, and they're buying from them. Your goal should be very realistic, measurable, and smart, and timely. so that you can look at these and say, I can do that. And that is whenever you have your sponsor and your director and your superstar director or star director and say, I need accountability. I need accountability. I have accountability with my trainer. You know why? Because I know how to eat right. I know how to work out. I know what weights to use. I know how to do cardio. But guess what? I don't do it. I hate doing it. It's something that I don't do. I would do Scentsy all day before I go work out because I don't like to do it. It's not something that I like to do. So I have a trainer, an accountability partner, who has to message me and say, Shannon, see you in the morning at 8:30. And I'm like, ugh. And I've told him already, I will come up with every excuse in the world. You've got to be ready to excuse bust every single one of them. So if I say to him, yeah, I'm just not feeling it. So well, how are you going to feel on the beach at Marco Island whenever you wish you would have lost the 20 pounds? How are you going to feel at Peyton's wedding whenever you don't fit in that dress that you want to fit into? Like, oh, that hurts. But it's a constant reminder. And it's accountability. Because you're not going to want to do the things that it takes to be successful. You're not going to want to. No one wants to. I was having a conversation with my husband last night. I was like, there is no way in the world that someone can stay on this high for the rest of their life, every single day of their life in a business. He's like, no, there's not. There's going to be peaks and valleys and peaks and valleys and peaks and valleys. But you know what makes the difference between the people who are successful? They get up, they dust it off, and they show up again. Because they fail. And they fail over and over and over. And it is okay not to feel okay, but it is not okay to stay there. So just know that if you need a mental break and you need a mental day to be able to say, okay, today I just need it for me, that's fine. But the next day is not a me day. The next day is to go serve some people's day. Because when you don't feel like it, if you put yourself in a place of gratitude and you put yourself in a place of thankfulness and you put yourself in a place of serving other people, that's when those results come. That's when that action comes. And guess what? You're going to want to get up the next morning and do the same thing. Because it made you feel good and it made them feel good. So anytime that you're having a really, really, really bad time, if you're frustrated, if you're stuck, action every single time is going to solve that problem. For me, if I don't feel like working out, if I get to the gym and I finally get it done, I feel 100% better. If I want to get out and get those samples done and get them out into people's hands and I just don't feel like going, and then the minute that I leave and I start giving those samples out, I feel 100% better. Nothing ever will change in your life if you're not willing to go and change it. It will stay the same. The exact same thing that you have today will stay the same if you're not willing to change it. Okay? I'm trying not to preach at you, but it's just so true. Alright. So, I'm going to tell you one more thing that has really helped my business. It's called blessing bags. Blessing bags have been huge in my business. It's a way that I was able to generate new customers, to be able to get new orders, to increase my PRV every month, to get bookings, to get referrals, to get people who join my team. A blessing bag is basically whenever you message someone and you let them know and you ask them, do you have 5 people that you know that I could bless with some incredible Scentsy samples to try out? They can't have a Scentsy consultant though. That's the deal breaker. If they have a Scentsy consultant, you can't do it. But do you know 5 people that I could bless with some fun samples? They're going to say yes. Most people do. Have coworkers, family, relatives, neighbors. They have 5 people. Then if you tell them, okay, if any of those 5 people decide to book a party with me, buy from me, join under me, you're going to get a gift from me. Like, oh, really? Yeah. So what I need from you is I need the names of the 5 people that I give you these blessing bags to give them to them so that I can follow up with them and give them the same amount of customer service that I'm giving you because I really want to serve them well. You know what's going to happen? Those people are going to start thinking about that circle that they just exposed to you, the circle that they just gave you, and think, you know, I could probably serve them and get paid as well. They're thinking that. I promise you they're thinking that. So you can say to them, when I bring the blessing bags, I'm going to go ahead and bring some samples for you guys to smell. And if you happen to get any orders or anything, you can get some free stuff and half off stuff from it. Or, better yet, if you love it so much, you can actually sign up and get paid on that own little party. Like, what? So that blessing bag turns into referrals, new teammates, bookings, and orders very quickly because I put myself in a place of serving them. Does that make sense to you? It's something that I do, and it works great because so many people feel appreciated that way and valued. Okay, I don't like to use scripts in this business. I like to be authentic. I like to be true. I like you to be you and not you try and be me. I don't like to try and be anyone else. And early on in this business, I used to watch YouTubes and be like, she did it this way, I'm going to go do it that way. And then my results were not as good as hers were on YouTube. That's because I was trying to be her. I wasn't being me. So once you find out and you're comfortable with who you are, they're buying from you. Like I said, they can go anywhere and they can buy Scentsy. They're buying from you because they like you, they trust you, they know you. They started to get that relationship with you. Okay? Alright, are there any questions so far? Let me make sure I'm covering a lot of stuff. How do you get paid? I bet you wonder that, right? I've had a lot of people message me about that. You're going to get paid on the 10th of the month, every single month from the month before. You will get paid in your pay portal, which is your account from Scentsy. You will also get a little credit card in the mail, a little debit card in the mail, that you will have the option of being able to put the money straight on the card, or you could split it between the two and keep some in your account with Scentsy and some on the card, or you can keep all of it in your account from Scentsy, whatever you want to do. But you're not going to have any money in your account or on your card until the 10th of the next month after you joined. So if you joined in May and you put some orders in already, you're not going to get paid until June 10th. Alright? I wanted you to understand that because a lot of people have messaged me and say, hey, I got some orders, but I didn't see any funds in my account yet. You're not going to yet until the 10th of the next month. Okay? It's very important that you guys know that. And that card that you get is very important because that's what you're going to get your funds loaded on. And you can use that. Don't use it at a gas station, though. Don't do that because it holds funds on your card for like 2 days. So don't use it there. It's the only place I've ever had a problem with using it. Okay? Alright. So, we have talked about you can sponsor right away whenever you join this business. We have talked about Shooting Star. We have talked about Sensational Start 1, 2, and 3. We've talked about the importance of having a launch party. We've talked about the importance of doing your checklist that Scentsy has given you. We have talked about blessing bags. We have talked about announcing your business by going live. We have talked about having the home party. We have talked about almost every single thing that you need to succeed in this business. There is no magic formula whatsoever except you showing up every day. And I know I've said that 100 times, but I can't say it enough. You got to show up. You got to be consistent. You got to work hard. And you can't give up. And the only difference between where I am and where you want to be is going to be the no's that I have heard, or the people that you see in Scentsy that you just think are awesome. The reason they're where they are is because they have fallen so many times. They have gone through so many struggles. They have heard no's. They have had rejection, but they knew how to come back with a positive mindset and to use it as a learning experience instead of judging themselves that they are a failure. That's it. That is absolutely it. If you put yourself in a place of serving others and you get out there and you share this product with people and you share the passion and you share the company, you're going to succeed. So that $15 kit can all of a sudden turn into a really nice fat paycheck. It can turn into that you earn this incentive that Scentsy has this summer. It can turn into a promotion. It can turn into a car payment. It can turn into a mortgage payment. It can turn into a college payment. It can turn into anything that your heart desires. But you're the one who can do it. No one else can do it for you. So, I think I have covered almost every single thing. There are a couple more tabs in your workstation, which Scentsy is going to take you on that workstation tour. So that's what you want to do, is go through that little workstation tour. But there's a performance tab that lets you know what's going on with you. And if you get anyone underneath you, then you can run that report and you can see what they're doing too. There's a team tab about the people that are underneath you. There's an event tab that's going to let you know about reunion and any kind of events that Scentsy has that we can sign up for and maybe that you have earned. There's going to be a marketing tab. That's going to be where you can go and you can get any kind of picture of any kind of product that they have. You can download it and put it onto your Facebook. But let me tell you something. Don't use stock photos. If you use stock photos, Facebook's going to look at it as like marketing and a business, and it's just not going to be seen. If you want to be creative, make your own photos with your own products. Or take those photos that you see and make them your own. and then then Facebook won't see that. Also, if you go into the business references in the marketing, there's logos that you can use. There's some logos that we can't use that are just Scentsy's, but there are logos that we can use as an independent consultant that we can use to make our business cards and to make it with our labels, and we can put on the back of our car. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that there are correct logos and then there are Scentsy logos. But it tells you that in the marketing whenever you go through your different tabs. Then there's going to be a communication tab. That's going to be where you can email from there, or you can create your newsletter. Your newsletter is something that Scentsy sends out to all your customers the first Wednesday of every single month. Every single month. You can go in there and you can customize it and be like, I'm so excited, I am selling Scentsy. I have become and I don't even like to use the word sell because we're not salesmen. We are sharing and we are serving others. So I don't even like to use the word sell. But I have joined Scentsy. I'm so excited about my journey. I've got some really fun free samples to give you. When's a great time for me to give it to you? You know, whatever. I'm having a launch party in this date, you're invited to it. I'm having a Facebook party in this date, you're invited to it. I'm sending you things out in the mail. I'm going to follow up with you. Whatever, okay? So you can customize your newsletter however you want. And then Scentsy's going to send you back a report and let you know who saw it and where they went. And they can't send it out if there aren't any emails in there. So you could actually import your emails of your friends that you want them to know about Scentsy every single month. You want to customize your newsletter because Scentsy sends this out for every consultant. So if you don't customize your newsletter, they're going to get about 10 newsletters that look the exact same if they have 10 friends that sell Scentsy. You need to stand out. You need to make it yours, okay? Another thing is that you can do fun things like Freebie Friday. If you want to send in a personal special and say, you know, I call this Friendship Friday. I like to give out free things for the first 10 people who respond back. And you do that through your email because you just click on your customers and then you can send it out. And then people are going to be like, what number am I? Am I in the number 10? And you can send them samples. You can send them felt samples. You can send them scent circles. You can send them anything you want to. It's Freebie Friday. It's totally up to you. Whatever you want to do. Okay? So you can use that for many, many, many ways. Where you want to get your business cards? You can get them through Vistaprint. Scentsy has a portal. It goes straight to Vistaprint where you can create your own business cards. You can use the Scentsy logos. There's a certain way that they like for you to be able to do it. Everything's there. You can just read about it and do it that way. Where do you get your labels? You can get them from Vistaprint or you can print your own. I print my own a lot from Avery. 5160 is the actual template that I use that I post all of my labels on, or print all of my labels on, and then I put them on my baggies. Actually, Kathy Hunter taught me that if you have a bag of a scent or a sample, you can just put your sticker on it and give it out to people. I used to staple it to my business cards and I was wasting my business cards. So if I just put my label on it with the information of what it was and my name, my information, it was the easier way to get my name out there. So there's all kinds of different ways, but that's going to be your business references and your marketing tabs, okay? And then there's a training center. The training center is really important, especially for your new consultant. You can go in there and you can see how to do launch parties, basket parties, home parties, events, fundraisers. There's a search bar. If you're looking for something in particular, it'll bring everything up. There's the 6 skills of prospecting that they will go through, hosting and presenting and, you know, how to do things. I can't think of all of them right now, but there's 6 skills that you can do. And then they also have the 5 fundamentals whenever you are building a team. They have every single thing you need at your fingertips that I didn't have. So all of you guys should be walking across the stage as directors and above because I didn't have any of this stuff. And you guys have it. You just have to go to it. And it just has to be something that you do. You just have to make up your mind that you gotta do it. Okay? The last thing, let's see if there's anything else. We cannot sell our products retail. We can't go on eBay. We can't go on Craigslist. We can't go on Amazon. We cannot do that. We can't go on yard sale post and sell our stock. We cannot do that kind of thing. That is a no-no. So don't do that. And like I said, whenever you get things free and half off, they are now yours that you can use at events. You can use them whenever you're setting up your home parties. You can even sell them to people. If you have a nightlight on hand, you got it free, you got it half off, and you sell it to them, that's money back in your pocket that you got the free and the half off. But you can't go on Facebook and say, ooh, I got all this stuff free and half off now I'm selling it. You can't do that. You can't say, ooh, I have all this product at home, come see me because I have it. You can't do that. Can't be public like that. If you want to do personal specials, they have to be one-on-one messages to different people saying, hey, I want to let you know I am having an open house at my house on Friday. There'll be plenty of cash and carry. If you want to find something, I'm going to give a gift to everyone who walks through the door. You could say something like that through a personal message. You couldn't put that on a Facebook message, okay? But they just put out some compliance rules on do's and don'ts, what you can say and what you can't say. It's very black and white. There's no gray area. Can I say this? No, I cannot. So therefore, I'm going to say this. Can I say I'm having an open house and, to come see me? Yes, you can. Can you say that you're going to have stock there? No, you cannot. Okay? It's all in your workstation. Every single thing in your news tab. Okay. So, a couple things you need to take away before we end this is that do not rely on your sponsor or your director for success in your business, okay? We are responsible to your success of guiding you and helping you find the answers to your questions if you can't find them yourself. But we are not responsible for your success. That's really important to know, that this is your baby. This is awesome. Be proud that you are getting ready to open up a door of a brand new life. Truly, that can just change it. Absolutely change it, okay? Be brave because you are a brand new business owner. You didn't have to go take out that big loan at the bank. You didn't have to have the ribbon cutting with the Chamber of Commerce. Open your doors every day, and the way you do that is by opening your mouth and showing up, okay? Have that launch party, and don't have such high expectations like Jason was talking about. Don't compare yourself to other people. If someone else starts out like when you start out and all of a sudden they hit shooting star, they hit sensational start 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, whatever, or 1, 2, and 3, don't say, oh my gosh, I didn't do that, so I am a failure. No, your business is going to be in a certain speed that you are. Their business is in a certain speed they are. They probably talk to more people. They probably are getting their business out a lot more. All you got to do is turn up that volume. If you aren't getting bookings, if you're not getting new people join, if you're not getting orders, it is because one or two things. One, you're not talking to enough people. Two, you're talking to the wrong people, okay? Don't look at your mama and your daddy and your sister and your brother and all your family to constantly order from you. Don't do that. It will burn out so quickly and you will get frustrated. Go outside your comfort zone. Go push yourself. Go find yourself outside of that comfort zone. That's what I did. I went into salons and asked them if I could put warmers in there. Asked them if I could get the scents in there. I started asking people, have they ever smelled the scents? Have they ever tried Scentsy? I just started talking to random strangers when I was in a grocery store. I would build a relationship with them first about their family, what they do, and ask them all kinds of questions about themselves. Never say a word about me. And then all of a sudden they'd be like, well, what do you do? And I'd be like, well, I own my own business. And like, really? Well, what is it? And I'm like, Scentsy. Have you ever heard of it? Like, I have a few samples. Let me get you some. What's your favorite scent? Like, oh yeah, isn't that candle stuff? Like, oh, it's much more than candles. Wow, let me just tell you about it. And like, I like to bring memories back to life through scent. And what's your favorite scent? And why is it your favorite scent? And then people love talking about themselves. And they love to share it. And that is a way that I started building relationships. I started booking parties. And I started to be able to get people on the team. And started to have that belief. Because I started to believe it myself. Okay? So are there any questions? I feel like something very important that you need to know is that Scentsy has certain expectations of us, you know, to get in our orders 200 1 month out of 4, to go by the guidelines, not to be OOC, which is out of compliance, and to be a really good consultant. I mean, to when you go out and you are at an event, that you talk positively. You don't talk negative about other consultants and other businesses, even if it's another direct sales company. You don't even talk negative about Walmart's wax. You always want to keep yourself in a very classy position and hold yourself high, okay? As an expectation of me, as your superstar director, I want you guys to know that I am there for you if you need anything. You can message me, and if it works in my schedule and we can have a one-on-one and we can talk, I would totally help you. Your sponsor is going to be the first person you go to, and then your director, your star director, and then me. And a lot of you guys may have signed up in our group, but I want you to do that chain of command because it gives those people that you signed up underneath a chance to shine. It gives them a chance to learn how to lead you. It gives them a chance to be able to grow. Okay? So if you always jump to the very, very top, you're taken away from other people's learning experiences. Okay? So expectations that you have need to be that you can ask any question on our team page, our group page. They will be answered. You don't always have to hear it from your director or your superstar director. Use the team page. The more questions you ask, the better you're going to learn. There's no such thing as a dumb question at all. And the person who asks the most questions usually are the ones who seems to learn the most and do the most because they're constantly asking questions. Okay? Now, my expectations of you is to do what I've asked you to do. If you call me, I'm going to say, did you do your checklist? Because I can look and see if you've done your checklist. Did you make your list of 100? Did you have your launch party? Did you read your consultant guide? Did you look over your training guide? How many new people have you talked to this week? Have you given samples out? These are the questions I'm asking you because these are the things I expect from you. If you are going to do well in this business, those are the things that you have to do. And that is my expectations and your sponsor's expectations and your director's expectations and star director's expectations of you. Because we are telling you how to work this business. We are telling you this is the formula right here. If you show up every day and you don't give up, you will make it. But if you don't do it, then that's on you. Okay? I know it sounds hard and not really nice, but it's the truth. Because it's no one else's business but yours. And it's a beautiful thing. And I can't wait to watch all of you guys put in your PRV, to promote, to earn the trips, to, have all your dreams come true. Because you believed in yourself. So I'm going to end this by letting you know that Scentsy believes in you. I believe in you. The person who signed you up believes in you. You just have to believe in yourself, and you can do it in this business. Okay? Alright. Well, you guys have a good night. I kept you long enough. And I hope that helped. If you have any questions, ask them on the page. Anyone will answer them for you. But I think we covered every single thing that you need to know. So now you just need to get out there and start sharing it. Alright? I'll talk to you later. Bye.